actually works really well. One thing to note with these small guns is with the ports. This guy's out of ammo and something. Hey everybody, this is Weston with Canik Concealment. Today got a new toy, wanted to take it out to the range. Big shout out to East County Guns. Andy brought these in all sneaky like, and I was able to get the one they used for their range footage the other day. So a used, probably the first used Canik, what the heck is this thing called? Prime, MC9 Prime on the market, and we snagged it. So why don't you come have a little look at this. This is a really interesting thing that Canik has always done with their guns, especially their fancier lineup. They like to include holsters, and in this case it is a Canik branded, injection molded, I don't know what you would call this, an IWB, maybe an OWB. It has provisions to be that side or this side. So I suppose it's a do-all holster. Here's the fun part about it though. It is real serious on the retention. Like, I would call this not serviceable. Now, I am a holster guy, right? So I'm gonna be very critical of this kind of hardware, but personally, this seems to be something that maybe Canik could have saved the user 20 bucks on and made the cost of their gun even cheaper, because like it or not, you are buying this when you buy the new MC9 Prime. So regarding the Prime, normal accoutrement with the Canik or Canik, whatever you like to say, all the back straps, the little cute tool that it comes with, a couple of mags, and then the gun itself, which is actually really impressive so far. In hand, it feels very nice. It's on par with a lot of guns in this space right now, so I'm excited to shoot it. This will be our first kind of reaction to this thing. It is ported, and for comparison's sake, we decided to bring out the Macro, which is also ported, similar length in barrel, very similar guns. In fact, so similar that this Macro magazine might actually work in the Canik. So let's shoot a little bit and see if the Canik takes Sig mags now. It might be a little steep on the feed ramp. That one got caught up. So let's throw in the Canik mag, and then we'll get into some shooting.
A little steep.
Yeah, so upon further review, here's the Canik mag. The round is laid fairly flat. Put that Sig mag back in there. You can see that round is a little more upright, and it was getting jammed up on the feed ramp. So maybe in a pinch.
If you need to.
If you need to, but not great. For reference, we are about 25 yards away from a reduced C zone, so give us some grace here. And now the polymer Macro. I'm actually super curious to see what he thinks. This is a guy that's owned some fancy 365s in the past, so let's see what he says.
It's snappier. Canik felt better.
Snappier. That's kind of an odd. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So I've not shot irons in a long time. That's my excuse right off the rip. But I'm getting a really nice grip on this thing. The texture is pretty aggressive, so let's see what it means on target here. Okay, that felt pretty awesome. All right, so for comparison, here is the polymer version of the Macro, completely stock, also iron sights, same distance. And let's see if this one also wants to make my teeth fall out of my head. Okay. We can't say that this is a review of swords. This is very much a first impressions. We're just shooting some Blazer 124s through these guns. And I can tell you after shooting back to back, because I know some of you will be interested in the comparison considering the price point on these two guns is really similar. This Canik, for whatever reason, I think it's primarily the grip, but it does feel, I would say maybe about 10% softer than the Macro, maybe a little more. It could be the design on the ports, I'm not exactly sure, but in hand, this gun really does feel pretty exceptional. I also prefer these sights, the high-vis tritium front. Obviously you can't see the tritium right now, but this iron sights actually works really well. One thing to note, small ported firearms, they will absolutely rattle your teeth if you shoot with your mouth open. So if you're a big mouth breather like me and you just walk around with your mouth wide open, you will feel that when you shoot this thing. It'll just make your teeth wiggle, which is really fun. But we're talking about a 3-inch barrel with big ports that are throwing a lot of energy right up into your face. If you don't have good ear pro, good eye pro, like this is definitely a gun that is, you gotta be ready to shoot these things because they're obnoxious. That is extremely pleasant. I've shot Glock 19s and M&Ps and P10s. For the size and how thin this thing is, I would say this is on par with a lot of 15 rounds larger polymer guns. This is pretty exceptional. Still getting used to the trigger. It's extremely wide. But, you know, Canik, I don't want to talk about the triggers because everybody else does, but if you know, you know. Okay, we wanted just to showcase the holster that came with it because some people are going to legitimately ask themselves, do I need to buy an aftermarket holster for this thing? It's a mile high above the belt. It's wanting to fall over itself. Oh! Anyways, Carry Concealment will be offering holsters for this gun in the future so that we can fix this very obvious flaw. I mean, maybe people don't need to spend another 50 to 70 bucks on a holster.
It'll get you by.
It'll get you by.
But this isn't great.
But something John brought up that was a really good point is this trigger is a long ways away from the grip. So I've got large hands, so this works out for me. People with smaller hands, like it's a long ways to get to the trigger safety and then get rid of all that take up. And there is a large amount of take up before you get to the wall. Now, that's not to take away from the amazing trigger break that it has with a really nice reset, but there is a lot of take up to get there. And for some folks, getting on that trigger safety could be a concern if they have short little stubby fingers. So something to keep in mind. Any of these guns, these micro compact type guns that hold 17 rounds, they actually end up being a little bit longer than a Glock 19 in the grip length. So as far as concealment's concerned, that is an area of concern, especially when we're adding these small mag wells and whatnot. But as far as the performance of this gun, I'm really impressed with it based on the 80 or so rounds we shot through it. This is not a review, it's just letting you guys know that we have these guns in stock so that we can build holsters for them. And because we have the opportunity to have all these in-house, why not shoot them and give you guys our impressions of them? So pretty excited about this firearm. I think you guys will definitely be interested. If you see one in a gun store, they're probably going to be hard to find for a little while, but definitely take a look if you can and consider scooping up a holster from carryconcealment.com when they're available. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you soon.